right, go ahead, clap it up. Fixing those books. What was that? Can you fix the books? No, fix those. Yeah, the water. That's what. Go ahead.
Shalom, we are the ISBK coming out of Warren West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander Junior High. And today's topic is from hood rich to kingdom rich.
Right.
Now, hood rich done the right way is not a bad idea. But if it's funded on drug money and things like that, that's, you know what I'm saying, that's a horrible idea.
Right.
You know, like you done had brothers that built whole economies, you know, on something illegal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, that stuff came to naught, like real quick. You know what I'm saying? Within one generation. You ever notice, you know, within 40 years, whenever we doing real good, we crash. You know what I'm saying? Within like 40, you know, a 40-year period, you know what I'm saying? Whenever we get up, we, you know, the reason for that, because think about it. When you go to the book of Judges, right? You know, the word 40 is used many times in the book of Judges concerning years. You know, look at how many times that's being used. You know, he judged for 40 years, and you know things like that, right? And the land had peace for 40 years. 40 years in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that 40 years has always been, you know, like a key number of years.
Right.
Now we have to think in this land of slavery, whenever we did good, it only lasted about 40 years. Whenever we were, you know, at the height of our game and everything in this kingdom right here. Mm-hmm. Anybody ever notice that? Because what do? We start worshiping other gods. All right, now you have these, you know, fake like Israelite groups that's talking about going out and buying land and all of that. And it's good to buy land. You know what I'm saying? Because you'd like to raise your own sheep for Passover. You know what I'm saying? You like to, you know, have some horses. You know, have a ranch and everything. You know, you have chickens, sell chickens, all of that good stuff, right? Mm-hmm. You know, but you have to understand, you know, that stuff can possibly come to an end.
Right.
You know, when we got land during the time of ancient Egypt, when we got our own land, it's because the heathen were afraid to keep us in there. You know what I'm saying? So all of these people talk about hopping out, going into the wilderness, hopping out and just going to your own land. The heathen have to be so, they don't do nothing but come after you. You know what I'm saying? If the Lord didn't move you, they're going to come after you.
Right.
Let everybody just start getting land and everything right now without having the proper authority and everything to say this is what the Lord said. Right. They see you buying all. That's why they stripped all of our land during the time after World War I. You know, because during the time of World War I, you had brothers and everything that fought in the war, you know, and came home and everything and was given a piece of land. What did the white man do? The white farmers who were envious, you know what I'm saying, hated the fact that our stuff was growing so good. What did they do? They start gassing our crops. You know what I'm saying? They start gassing our crops and start doing all types of evil stuff to, you know, everything that we have. Because Cain's land doesn't produce like that. You know what I'm saying? And the white man is actually he is Cain after the original Cain. Where he's post-flood Cain is who he is. Mm-hmm. That's why he needs us in his fields to work for him. He needs the Mexicans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But here's the thing. Look how good we can produce for them. But we can't, you know, we have a super hard time of producing for ourselves. I remember in Louisville when, you know, I was coming into the knowledge of the truth. I was going through a place called Arcade Apartments, where Hamilton Buck used to live at, you know, and dropping what I knew about the truth and telling people, you know, about the truth, dealing with, all types of different kind of people. It was a bunch of Mexicans living there at the time. Damn near all the Judites was gone. 'Cause I used to live there. It was nothing but Judites. But then, all the Judites was gone. And now you have, all the Issacharites.
Mhm.
Now, when the Issacharites moved there, being the fact that they so gifted with the land and everything, with working land and stuff like that, and crops growing and stuff like that. But when they in sin, the direct opposite happens, and the land was filled with rats. You know what I'm saying? The land was filled with rats. The rats, and so much so that they couldn't even tear down, the apartments to build something else there. Because they talked about tearing them down, but they couldn't because the rats built an underground city. There was so many of them.
Oh my God.
Dead serious. They built an underground city, and the land was so polluted because they couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But once you go up 7th Street, you got this big plot of land. No, it's not really a big plot of land, but it's maybe 2 acres or something. So
So like you said, the apartment's called Arcade Apartments.
right.
That's funny because Minnesota has an Arcade Apartment too.
Oh, serious?
In Maplewood.
Mm.
Yeah.
You wonder what the name arcade means. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They ain't playing no damn games there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you go up the street, it's a parcel of land that white people own, right? But guess who's working it? Take a guess. Well, the Issacharites, being Negroes, is working it. And that land looks nice and everything grows so, you know what I'm saying? You go, and then, think about it, you go there, and then you look at the street, that shows the curse and the blessing that we give to the other nations.
Right.
Right on the street from each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And where the Mexicans live at in Louisville looks like, man, this one of the worstest looking ghetto scenes that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, they live in these trailers. And them trailers are goddamn, should be condemned. You know what I'm saying? They're that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that place is horrible. And arcade. I mean, it's where the Issacharites live at. It is horrible because one of the Issacharite blessings is the blessing of the fruits of the field.
That's right.
That's why the men that came to King David had understanding of times and what to do. They were counseling King David on what to do at what specific times, because times is judged by seed time and harvest. You know what I'm saying? Being the fact that times is judged by seed time and harvest, that's how they had the gift, to go and tell, King David, or advise, not to tell him, but to advise him on what to do at what specific time based on seed time and harvest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Also too, that's why the white man trips over the Mayan calendar all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why
So like, can you say that again?
that's why the white man trips on the Mayan calendar all the time. Remember that big push for the Mayan calendar?
Yeah.
We're gonna go to see the Mayan calendar to see when the world is gonna end. All of that
Yeah,
stuff. Remember that?
Yep.
That's the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Because the white man understands. Here's the funny thing about it: the white man understands our gifts, our gifts and everything better than we do. That's some sad stuff right there. And they use it to benefit themselves. They understand Issachar, how good he is in the field. We all good in the field. But what it is,
Good.
yeah, they understand how good Issachar is in the field. That's why Issachar picks tomatoes for Taco Bell. Taco Bell is not owned by Mexicans. Let me throw that out there. It's owned by white people. It's white imitation of Mexican food. You know what I'm saying? They love the Issachar, all of that stuff, and just like they do with all the tribes.
Every tribe.
Right, yeah, they do. And they understand, the leadership of Judah. You know what I'm saying? They understand the, you know what I'm saying, how Judah will speak out for his brothers. Judah is the beginning tribe to speak out for other tribes. You know what I'm saying? How they use that gift, what they do is they have us speaking on the behalf of some goddamn soldiers somewhere that's stuck in goddamn one of them Arab countries. You see what I'm saying? They make everybody our brother except for our brother. So now we would speak out and make intercession for them,
Right.
just like Christ makes intercession for us. That is a blessing or genetic predisposition the tribe of Judah has. That's the reason why Judah, made intercession on the whole thing with Joseph when they was in, when the famine hit. You know what I'm saying? He spoke out for his brothers, you know what I'm saying? And he was like the one to lead Joseph to Jacob. You know what I'm saying? Like a march.
Yeah, right.
Who be leading marches today? Anybody?
So like you said, who be leading the marches?
Right. Which tribe?
Out of the nation of Israel.
Right.
I would say Judah.
Right. You know what I'm saying? See, they understand our gifts better than we do, and they use them against us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But to benefit themselves. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They understand Zebulon. You know what I'm saying? His gift for like ships and stuff like that. Right? So
Right.
now they make Zebulon build the Panama Canal. You know what I'm saying? Did anybody know what the Panama Canal? Huh?
Nah, just like
Yeah, the Panama. You see the link there.
right.
They understand Levi's gift, right? That's why they use Levi for the mission. You know what I'm saying? Because the Levites were the priests. They use Levi. Even though Haiti is poor as dirt. You know what I'm saying? Why? You got to think about this for a second. Why would they go to a island of people who are the poorest on the Western Hemisphere to divine for themselves for prosperity? Anybody ever thought about that? Why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? The tribe of Benjamin, when it says Benjamin raven as the wolf, anybody ever listen to the Benjamite songs? You know what I'm saying? How they was real, you know what I'm saying? They was strong when it came to prophecy and stuff like that. I think they had the strongest prophecies in all the tribes of Israel in their songs. Nobody does that like Benjamin. I'm just keeping it all the way real. All the tribes do it. You know what I'm saying? But nobody ravens like the wolf like Benjamin. Nobody that they have an extra, what do you call it? A double portion. You know what I'm saying? Every tribe has a double portion of their specific gift. When all of us have those gifts, you know what I'm saying? But every tribe has a double portion of their own specific one that is totally tribal. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Benjamin's raven as the wolf. Benjamin ravens, through that song, you start to learn some stuff through that song. Right. You really start to learn some stuff. That's why they had to try. That's why they wanted to kill Peter Tosh. You know what I'm saying? Peter Tosh was with the group that Bob Marley was with called the Wailers. And notice how devil was inched into that. Can I say that word?
What?
Graham cracker. Okay. A graham cracker was inched into, you know what I'm saying? The tribe of Benjamin's music.
So like saltine cracker.
No, he's graham cracker because he's brown.
No, I'm joking.
Well, they had saltines. The saltines is in it now.
Nah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Saltines is in that now. They done damn near took it over. You know what I'm saying? What was it? Sean Paul and all of those. You know what I'm saying? But Benjamin's gift, nobody has a gift like that. Benjamin has that gift solidly. And so now what do they have to do? They have to change the message and make it about this one world loving everybody. That's why Bob Marley came out. They saw one heart, what was it? One love, one heart. That's why he came out with that. You know what I'm saying? That song is a song of Christianity and Babylon,
Con.
right there. Notice, all after Bob Marley did all of that, what happened? A whole string of bullshit reggae
Right.
after that. You know what I'm saying? Now think about it for a minute. You know, Benjamin has also been known for, riling up. You know what I'm saying? Benjamin has been known for, he's real. Benjamin is real resilient. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And real brave, right? So what do they do now to make us, docile and everything? They're making the tribe of Benjamin docile through the new reggae. The old message of burn down Babylon.
Right.
They pushed it out. Now you got Shabarans. You know what I'm saying? Champion lover. You know what I'm saying? Song pushing, you know what I'm saying, men to sleep with a lot of women. You know what I'm saying? It's pushing that. That's when, all that's one of the reasons too why when people want to do when certain, devil on their escapades, they do it with all of us. But Benjamin is like the tribe, the Benjamin land and everything is like the paragraph to get them a Sean Jock Blunt clock. You know what I'm saying? You get there, with a nose, you know what I'm saying? Like what Eddie Murphy was talking about in Eddie Murphy Raw. You know what I'm saying? When he said that, somebody's woman go down there and everything, and they be like at a spot, and she's sitting there crying about her relationship. He come up, what you crying about? He come up like that and everything. You know what I'm saying? Be like, then it said something about I can't remember exactly how it went, but they'll go home together and everything, and she'll be like, no sex, and so he throw his rod over his shoulder, be like.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, that's how they exploit and use all of us. But see, with all of everything that we can do, everything that we good at, it is only used for us. You know what I'm saying? This is how the kingdom, let's go into the first scripture. Let's go to Proverbs 10 and 22.
Proverbs chapter 10, verse 22. The blessing of the Most High, it maketh rich.
Now, the Christians, I've heard a lot of Christians say that, no, this is talking about spiritually rich. All of that. But it has two, it's a double meaning to that. Now, I don't just talking about spiritually rich because you have a lot of spiritually rich people that are poor, right?
Right.
But it's also talking about physically rich. It's both. You know what I'm saying? It's both, because if you're keeping these commandments and everything, you're gonna, you set yourself up for the blessing. If you're not, then you're moving yourself from it.
Right.
That's how it works. If you remember, you move yourself, you keeping the commandments, you moving yourself towards the blessing because there's a scripture that says it's easy for the Lord to make a poor man rich.
Right.
It says that also in the scripture. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? Think about it for a second. Because black people got this shit the worst. You know what I'm saying? Just looking down upon our own that don't have, right? Like people look down upon the ISUPK, but you know what?
Right.
The Most High can make the ISUPK richer than everybody in the damn blink of an eye. If he wanted to do it that way. The only reason why he ain't done it that way is because he wants to put us through the trials and see what we do. You know what I'm saying? He want to put us through. He want send us through the poverty, send us through all the different type of trials and everything. So now, when he actually drops that specific kind of blessing on us, we're seasoned for it. You see what I'm saying? We've been through all the suffering to receive the blessing. But if you don't go through all the suffering to receive the blessing, you'll despise the blessing when you get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And we'll do what we've always done. We'll give it to another damn nation. That's why separation, you know what I'm saying, and the segregated mindset is so important. Because without that, the only damn thing we would do is give it right back to them. That's all we'll do. So for all of these fake Israelites that teach that, the kingdom is, that the kingdom is going to be for everybody. What they're really trying to push you into doing is building the kingdom for the heathens. Again, that's what they're trying to push you into doing. Because if we mingled up with them, anytime we mingle with the heathens, right, we've never prospered. Read the Bible. What made us think the kingdom is going to be any different? We think we're going to be in the kingdom, we're going to be poverty-proof. The commandments got to be kept regardless. You're not going to get in the kingdom, and we have to have a segregated mindset.
Right.
Because a lot of people think, that the other nations is going to be in the kingdom. No, they're going to have their own kingdom. They're going to have their own. Get that through your thick skulls, Christians.
Right.
Fake Israelite groups that teach the grafting in of the heathen and all of that. That grafting in wasn't meant for the heathen. The grafting in was meant for us.
Right.
Because when we became Christians, we grafted out.
Right.
You have to understand that. When we went into the false gods and all of that, we grafted ourselves out. But at least at that time, we were like a tree that was blown over, but then snapped back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you go through Judges, we come back to the Lord. Wind blow, we lean, then we come back to the Lord. But see what happened with Christianity, with the tree got uprooted.
Right.
So now, go ahead.
So like, no, you finish your point. I got a precept for you.
Now the tree has to be grafted in. Grafted in is for us.
Right.
It's for all the 12 tribes of Israel. There's the scripture that said, in for 4 times we were Gentiles. Remember that one?
Come.
Can you pull that one? Driven away by what do they say? Different doctrines.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, our priest grill cleaner for all your flat top and barbecue grill needs.
That's right.
That's right.
Have a little commercial break.
Okay. I think I got it. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in the time past Gentiles in the flesh.
Who is this talking about? Who is this talking about? Anybody? What?
Israel.
Yes.
Right.
Can you go ahead and keep reading that?
Time. Who are all called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands.
Now, you had, Judites and, Benjamites and Levites that were scattered into Europe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So who has to be grafted in? Us. Now, after the slavery, all of us were uprooted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So who has to be grafted in again? Go ahead.
So I got another one too, where Paul says as well. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led.
What idols are we carried away to? Let's do. Hell, we can go from Greece and Rome all the way up to today. What idols were we carried away to? We were carried away on a big damn rock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It's like that one scripture we're talking about, like the wood and stone.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Which is cognizant of Christianity and Islam.
Right.
But if I could add on to that, the wood being Mother Nature, and
that too.
stone being like crystal here.
Huh?
The stone being like crystal.
Right, and it goes deeper than that, because what is inside the Catholic Church in their basements? That's what it looked like, some shit straight out of hell. All of these statues. Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
These, is it porcelain Jesus statue?
Yeah. All of that stuff, and statues of angels,
Come.
and cupids, and all of these different, and gargoyles, and all of this different stuff. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, that what you said again.
So the wood and stone being indicative of Christianity and Islam, but then also things like wood being Mother Nature,
Right.
and that stone being like
you got Negro tree hug.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Negro tree huggers.
Yeah.
You know, and not only that, when we went on the slave ships, you know, it was brothers that went on the slave ships with their little wooden dolls from Africa.
Oh, con.
You know what I'm saying?
Con. Yeah.
Serious.
Mm-hmm.
People was even smuggling their little dolls up their behind.
Oh, Lord.
Seriously, they little idols. You know what I'm saying? They little idols and everything that they had. They have them in all sizes, big and small. You know, some of them were just, you know, little handheld little idols and everything, and they thought it had some type of blessing to it. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Dreamcatcher, if I'm not mistaken, the circle run is made of wood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, gods of wood and stone. And yeah, I mean, it's endless, boy.
Yeah. I remember having those those dream catchers back in the world as a kid. It don't catch no damn bad spirits. They catch dust though. That's
Right.
it.
What is it?
Dust.
Dust, yeah.
Dust, yeah. Yeah.
Right,
It was like yarn and wood, like.
right. So read that scripture again. We were Gentiles,
The one in Corinthians or Ephesians?
Ephesians.
Uh,
You got another one for that too?
Yeah, I just had a precept for Ephesians. This is the one in Corinthians.
Okay, yeah, you can drop that.
Con 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols,
Yeah,
even
right. He's talking about Israelites. There, he ain't talking about heathens, because the heathens were never with the kingdom. They were never with the truth. And how the hell were they? You got, in order to be carried away from something, you got to be there first.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Greece and Rome and all of that wasn't in the truth first. You know what I'm saying? And then were carried away to dumb idols. No, they've been worshiping idols.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ever since their forefather, what did Esau worship? That's why he married the Canaanite women. You know what I'm saying? And he married an Arab woman too. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got about shit. That's why you got so many white Muslims.
Right.
Because there was, a little pact between Esau and Ishmael, and both of them were pissed off at Jacob and Isaac. You know what I'm saying?
It's like I got a precept for you too.
Okay.
I got a precept for you too. In First Maccabees.
Okay.
First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Right.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Now think about this for a second. Imagine, they drop the ball and look at their children, because they produce children. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And their children were what? Needed to be what? What did they need to be? What did their children need to be? They needed to be grafted back in.
Oh yeah, kind of.
You know what I'm saying? They became Gentiles. After going up into Rome and Greece and all of that, they became Gentiles. Now the Apostle Paul, he had never technically he was just in Gentile land. But he had never became a Gentile, because his people, practiced and operated, you know what I'm saying? He was still, connected. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of the reasons why he could, drop his truth on the Gentiles, the Israelites and everything, as a Gentile himself. And he was a Jew because he was raised a Pharisee. You know what I'm saying? His father, that's why he said he worshiped God from his father's loins. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much saying he was in the truth from his dad's nutsack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was in the truth then. And his dad, the same thing. And his dad's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why he said that. And just for the same reason why the scriptures say in Hebrews that Levi paid tithes through Abraham.
Right.
Levi wasn't even born yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Levi paid tithes through Abraham. It wasn't even a nation of Israel at the time. Also proof that we're here before we're here.
Kind
We're here. We are in existence before we come in the flesh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our spirit and soul and everything, all that stuff is in existence. It gets put inside your father's loins and shot inside your mother. You know what I'm saying? And birth out of your mother, then comes you. You know what I'm saying? But our spirits have been in existence, just like Christ had been in existence before he came to earth as a man. You know what I'm saying? He's the very first creation of the Most High. And it says everything that was created through him, under his orders. He told the angels what to do, and they started moving, and they started, you know what I'm saying, build, and they started, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
You're talking about Christ, right?
Right.
Yeah, kind of.
Right. He gave the order, you know, he was produced from the Most High, you know what I'm saying? As his exact representation, you know what I'm saying? Like the president represents a big company, you know what I'm saying? He represents the Most High. He's the embodiment. And if the Most High could be a man, was a man, Christ is who he would be. You know what I'm saying? It would be dead on. You know what I'm saying? In every way. That's why their father and sonship is different than ours, because we have disagreements with our father. You know what I'm saying? And our fathers disagree with us. But between the Most High and Christ, there's no such a thing as a disagreement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no such a thing. He has the mind of the same mind that's in the Most High. Christ got it. You know what I'm saying? For people that think Jesus got nice and creamy in the New Testament, no, he did not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everything the Father's with, he's with. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Proverbs 10 and 22.
Proverbs chapter 10, verse 22.
What's that?
The blessing of the Most High, it maketh rich, and he added no sorrow with it.
Take it down.
No, it's fine. I'll tell you later. Can you read that again?
We come, Proverbs chapter 10, verse 22. The blessings of the Most High, it maketh rich,
Right.
and he added no sorrow with it.
Now, see, this is the true blessing right here. You know what I'm saying? It make it rich, and you know, there's no sorrow that comes with it. You know what I'm saying? This is the kingdom blessing right here. You know, when you get separated and rich like we was in Goshen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when we get like that, that's because the heathens are terrified to have us with them. You know what I'm saying? They're terrified. So being the fact that they're terrified to have us with them, that automatically gets, you know what I'm saying, a land for us. That automatically. Not like we just go out and just, you know, buy it and everything, but like that's going to be the separation. Right. Separation comes when they're scared. Right. When they're scared to come to get us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When they're terrified and everything, right? Because that's what's going to make them leave us alone. If they're not afraid, right? They're going to come out. Straight up. Because what will happen with them? Their kingdom will totally collapse. It'll be another black, you know, Wall Street type of scene where they were jumping off bank buildings and all of that. You know what I'm saying? They were jumping off buildings and, you know, but how was we living when they were doing that? Anybody?
In the words of Captain, Goshen was safe.
Yes. And we were filthy rich.
Right.
And it's crazy because there's a section of Louisville called Goshen. You know what I'm saying? And you go to Goshen, and from what I heard, you know, I haven't solidly researched it yet, which I will do. But that section, because during the time where we were after slavery, when we were separate from them, and Black Wall Street was built, and Harlem Renaissance, and all of that, I heard that Goshen was Louisville's version of that. You know what I'm saying? The slaves moved the slaves to Smoketown first, which is in the east side. You know what I'm saying? You know, the east side of Louisville, right? Well, Goshen and all of that stuff is further east. As we were separate from them, we started to move further east. You should see how glorious that stuff looks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It looks like a piece of heaven.
Right.
But who's in it now? The Amalekites. You know what I'm saying? The Amalekites is in control of it, you know, right now. But think about it for a second. The time could come to where the Most High, where the devils in Goshen and everything start giving their stuff over to us. You know what I'm saying? They start giving all of their riches and everything over to us. And we went around and be back in Goshen. You might have a Goshen there where we all connect together. You know what I'm saying? Where we all connect together in one Goshen. It might be micro Goshens all throughout the cities that we live. You know what I'm saying? All leading to us connecting together, because it's going to get to a point where they're going to be scared to even have us in their land. That is what's going to really physically start separating us. You know what I'm saying? And the ones whose mind is separate is going to love it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to love it. We're looking forward. That's going to be SUPK.
That's right.
We're looking forward to that. Just think about it. You know, when that happens, you know what I'm saying? No telling how we're going to respond, because we've been conditioning our minds for this. We're going to be happy as, you know what I'm saying? Happy as you know what. You know what I'm saying? But some will be sad. You know what I'm saying? Because some mind is connected, you know what I'm saying, to this, you know, to this kingdom right here. And those are going to be the people that are going to die in the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? What did the Most High do? The Most High purged in the wilderness to get the people that he wants in there. That's what he means. There's another, what he means, he's going to try us like fine gold. You know what I'm saying? He's going to try us and bring us through the fire. It's all through the fire, you know what I'm saying, of the wilderness. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's get any more on the Proverbs 22?
That's a bit slack. That was the end of 22.
Okay, let's go to Exodus 20 and 17. Neanderthal is a devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, separate.
Yeah, right.
You know, separate your mind. Become segregated in the scalp. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Become segregated there. Because that's going to train you. Because like the Christians teach, like the kingdom of heaven is going to be magic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? God is not a magical God, though. You know what I'm saying? He's not magical. You know what I'm saying? He wants to position you to do it, you know, position you for everything he's going to give you. You know what I'm saying? So when the saying that the kingdom of heaven, matter of fact, now let's not do Exodus 20 and 17. Let's do Luke 17 and 20.
17.
Right. Yeah, let's do that one right there. We have to understand the kingdom of God. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand it. You know what I'm saying? You have to train for whatever it is that you want in life. You had to train. Didn't you have to prepare yourself for college? What did you have to do to prepare yourself for college? First, you had to go to elementary school.
Right.
Right? Then from elementary school, you went to middle school. And then when you went to middle school, you went to high school. You had to, you know, do what you could do to get good grades. You know what I'm saying? Or if you was good with a ball, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to play for the team, you know what I'm saying? The team of the college that you're going for. You became a basketball star. You prepared yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's funny because this is what's so crazy. There's only two things that people think that they ain't got to prepare themselves for. You know what I'm saying? In this life that you have to prepare yourself for. That two of the most important things you have to prepare yourself for. Sisters think that they don't have to prepare themselves for a husband. That's one. And us as a whole think we don't have to prepare ourselves for the kingdom.
Right.
Right.
You know, we think the kingdom is going to be magical. You know what I'm saying? We think it's going to be like, you know what I'm saying? And then we're going to see it coming down like, and that's not how we're going to be building the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is going to require, you know what I'm saying? Like with everything, when he told Adam to, you know what I'm saying, land, right? He was telling Adam to go work on this thing, work the land, manipulate the environment to your benefit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what we're doing with the kingdom. Manipulating, you know what I'm saying, things, here spiritually to prepare ourselves for the kingdom. Because the same commandment that was given to Adam is the same commandment that was given to us.
Right.
For us to replenish the land. And how do we replenish the land? We replenish the land. Let me give you an example. Let's go to the scripture when it talks about the bird. When you see a bird, and it's in Deuteronomy, when you see a bird in a nest, right?
So
What you do with this bird?
you would either take the bird
Right.
or take the egg.
Right, exactly.
Don't take the both.
Right.
I got
Let's
it
go
right.
to that. Okay. Good.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 6 through 7. If a bird's nest chance to be before thee in the way in any tree or on the ground, whether they be young ones or eggs, and the dam sitting upon the young or upon the eggs, thou shalt not take the dam with the young.
Yes, don't take the dam with the young. That's evil right there, because that's how things go extinct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Esau does. Esau eat the young and the mother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He gives not a damn. You know what I'm saying? And hell, surprised he don't eat roosters and everything too. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, I'm quite sure they do that. But that's who he is. Esau's actually made to destroy the earth. You know what I'm saying? So when the Most High gave Adam when he told him to replenish the earth, that means it was destroyed before. You know what I'm saying? It had to be destroyed before for him to replenish, because the earth was void without form, right? And the Most High planted the garden You know what I'm saying? When Donald Trump got the presidency, what did his sons do? Anybody know?
Oh,
Lord?
If they're going like Hunting party,
Yeah, it wasn't just a hunt party, it was just a killing party. Because
right.
they didn't eat the stuff or use it or
Right.
none of that. That's who the spirit they have. They're here, they were created to destroy the earth. Esau was created, Jacob and Esau were twins, they were born maternal twins, but they will be direct opposites from one another. Jacob will be the one to replenish the earth. Esau will be the one to destroy it.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's the reason why Esau, you know what I'm saying, takes concrete, it could be a plush field full of life, to pour concrete over everything, kill it, to bury the life. You know what I'm saying? Same thing he did with the Gadites, killed them and poured concrete over them. You see what I'm saying? That's who he is as a person. So having him in your, you know what I'm saying, being integrated with him is being integrated with death.
right?
You know what I'm saying? This is why there's so many cop killings. You see what I'm saying? We had a separatist mindset. It would be no cop killings. And if it was a cop killing, it would be a rare occasion that we would all rile up for.
Right.
We so used to stuff, that's why we don't rile up until we get totally tired of it. You know what I'm saying? And then what do? We riot. Which, to be honest with you, I'm not 100% against the riot thing because I believe that that's of the Lord to hurt the economy of America. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to look at the results of something. You know what I'm saying? What was the results of the riot? Anybody? I just gave you the answer. Anybody? Come on, wake up, everybody. What was the result of the riot in downtown? Riots downtown. In downtown in the cities that were rioting. What was the result?
More killings.
No. The result was, like, as far as economically.
People was rioting in the stores and the people was in
Yeah, man, they buying stuff because stuff was shut down.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we survived that. Right?
Right.
We survived that. A lot of people think, oh, they riot, they shut everything down. What are we going to do? What we just going to do? You know what I'm saying? I'm sounding like goddamn slaves. You know what I'm saying? What we just going to do? Riot and they destroy and they take all the toilet paper. What we just going to do, man?
Right down by Walgreens, man.
Right, they go down to Walgreens. Now, how can we survive?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You ever think about it, how we didn't lack anything? Anybody ever thought about that? How with our economy was being hit, we didn't lack nothing? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons why he was giving out them stimulus, to keep it all the way real, one of the reasons why, because they know that they owe us the whole damn thing.
Damn right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Try to do it, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't fully want to do it. You know, so that's the way to try to kill them. But the Lord's going to really press their hand for real to make them do it on a bigger level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that way right there is how we're going to be able to have our own Goshen. Like I said, I believe it's going to be a Goshen all throughout, you know what I'm saying? And then all Goshens will come together as one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? As one Goshen. Just like in ancient Egypt. Because to see the future, you gotta see the past. You gotta look at the past in order to know the future. You know, you have to. What happened in ancient Egypt is what's gonna happen again. You know what I'm saying? All things, what the scripture say, nothing new under the sun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All things that was done in the past, you know, I'm paraphrasing, but will be done again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Then the signs is there. Goshen in Louisville is one of the signs. You know, we can't see it because we just go in there to work and be maids and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And to be construction workers and laborers and all of that. We can't even see it. This stuff is ours. You know what I'm saying? Temporarily anyway, till the Most High gets us up out of here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Temporarily, this stuff is ours. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Let's go to Exodus 20 and 17.
20 and 17.
Right.
All right.
Peckerwood is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians separate themselves from the peckerwood. If we can separate from him, then the others will come easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's the one that we love the most.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We love him the most. You
I
know?
got it for you.
I'll go ahead.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 17. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Don't covet your neighbor's house. Now think about it. If we left off of covetousness, right? Think about it. If we just did certain things that we do, if we hold ourselves too real strong, the Most High will bless us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the blessings and stuff vary. You know what I'm saying? Just like the curses do. You got fake Israelite groups that teach the curses just happened with Deuteronomy 28 and 68 when we went into slavery. No, blessing and cursing, this thing has always been a balancing act.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You do this and I will do this. You don't do this or you do this and I will bring evil upon you, which
Right.
we can see. You can see the curses from the time that they were spoken. You know what I'm saying? The curses were even in ancient Egypt. They were just written down for us to see it. You know what I'm saying? For us to see it and taught it and everything, you know, for us to really see it, this is going to happen to you if you do this. You know what I'm saying? Good things will happen if you do that. You know, the blessings and the curses, we've always been up under. You know what I'm saying? And we choose which one we want. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff varies in degree. You know what I'm saying? We kept a smidgen of the Most High's laws in Black Wall Street. You see what I'm saying? That's why it was prosperous. You know what I'm saying? But spending time being partial in the law leads to what? Anybody. What does it lead to? Being partial in the law. One thing, do away with the law. Go ahead. It makes you totally do away with it, and what happens then? Say it loud. Yes, you find yourself in a lot of problems. Yes. Right. You find yourself in problems. You said, you know, Black Wall Street, you know, during this time, we started to set up clubs, all types of different types of nightclubs, you know what I'm saying, strip, you know, places of prostitution, brothels. We started to set that up. And brothels and all of that, a lot of the stuff that we did started to inch in the devil. You know what I'm saying? Because the devil was coming in, you know, getting down with, you know what I'm saying, prostitutes. So that started to put him in. And then you had the products of white people, you know what I'm saying, inside Black Wall Street because they were considered black. You go ahead.
That sounds like World War I and II.
Right,
with
right.
The young soldiers being brought over to the brothels and getting the tattoos and stuff like that.
Right.
And having sex with these women.
Right. But
it was a whorehouse.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But then you can think about the devils coming in too.
That's right.
Because they see how lucrative these things are.
Time.
Like we let the devils in on the lottery. You know what I'm saying? The lottery wasn't illegal at first. We invented the lottery. You know what I'm saying? We invented it and we started to get so damn rich. Running numbers made all of us rich. You know what I'm saying? Not even just in Harlem. We ran numbers everywhere. You know what I'm saying? All of us had that knowledge of running these numbers and everything. And the devil could not figure it out. He could not figure it out. He's like, man, you know, these dudes are becoming rich. They're doing illegal stuff. They're pushing booze and all of that. You know what I'm saying? And drugs. A lot of us just ate well just off the lottery that was not illegal at the time.
Right.
Off running numbers. You know what I'm saying? And this number running enriched the hood. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that got rich off the numbers gave back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To where the old poor, because you always had poor. You know what I'm saying? Where the poor dude could come into a black business and get something to eat for free
Right.
and get a job. You know what I'm saying? And this job that he would get benefits on this job. You know what I'm saying? He could work at the black-owned ice cream parlor, restaurant, or whatever else it was that we had. And he could move up. He could go from rags, literally go from rags to riches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he could be, you know, a lot of homeless dudes got a skill set too. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying? I done seen homeless dudes that speak like scholars, crash, like went through a divorce, something like that, and just said to hell with life. You know what I'm saying? And winded up on the street. You know, if you see homeless people, they haven't always been that way. Right. We see a homeless person, we think, oh, this nigga just a bum. He's been that way his whole life. These dudes have gifts and talents. You know what I'm saying? They have, you know, expertise, stuff like that. They're just not getting the breaks. Why are they not getting the break? Whose fault is it? Word.
I don't know exactly how to address him. He probably got like 6 toes. He got a tail, look kind of pinkish.
Yeah, him too. But within our own people, whose fault is it? Good.
I would give it up to like the prison pastors.
Yes, he's certainly one of them, and not only him, but also, you know, these blacks that have, you know, talk about this, you know, black entrepreneurship and things like that. They separate themselves from that type of brother. You know what I'm saying? They separate themselves from him. Some people you have to give a reason to live. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's part of our responsibility as brothers also, is to give one another a reason to live. Right. You think like they think, you'll allow a brother to commit suicide. You'll allow things to get so bad from him where he want to take his own damn life. Right. You know what I'm saying? You'll allow him to fall into decay just so you can look richer. And we got that bad habit too. You know what I'm saying? We'll allow one another to fall into decay just so we can look richer. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's you know, because a lot of niggas' success, let me tell you what a lot of niggas' success is based on. It's based on how much better they doing than another nigga. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what black success, and also too, it's another point that how many white people like you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How it's based on how many white people like you and how many blacks did you got more than. It's based only on that. You know what I'm saying? You could take a nigga that make $7.25 an hour and put him in a place where everybody else is homeless and unemployed. Right. You see what I'm saying? How he gonna look at himself? On a big scale, he ain't nothing but a minimum wage worker, a bum himself. You know what I'm saying? He ain't nothing but a goddamn bum himself, right? But if he goes among a bunch of homeless that don't have jobs, right. Now what is he now? Yeah. And how they say, in the land of the blind, the man with one eye's king. You know what I'm saying? You know. Him with that one eye, he go be a king among them and think that he's so much better than they are. You know what I'm saying? But when in reality, if he makes $7.25, he's supposed to be looking out for the ones that ain't making anything. That's what he's supposed to be doing. Go ahead.
It's like I was gonna say something. It's like it's some kind of on topic, but at the same time kind of off topic. I don't want to take away from that. But in the meantime, you know, Kyle and Brittany are squandering their trust fund. They don't want to listen to mom and dad. Now they're living on the streets and smoking crack and living their best life. And,
right. You know,
just rebelling against, rebelling against the system. While brothers who serve the country, who got skill sets,
right,
got abandoned by people that they had served.
Right. And then they got divorced.
Right.
They wife left.
Right.
And a lot of brothers love their women. We talk about black men don't love their women. We love our women too much. Right. You know what I'm saying? We love our women. We done made them gods.
Right. I'll say to the point. Right. Yeah, they gods are idols. And, right. And then also too, you getting beat up in the corner as well.
Right. Exactly. right. You know, and we done, you know, invested so much. We done made them such gods. that, and we also allow them to tell us what a real man is when they're a woman. You see what I'm saying? They get the right to tell us. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like it's a scripture in Isaiah which talks about a woman and children will be his oppressors. Remember
Yes,
that?
yes, yes. Yeah, children should be their oppressors and women rule over them.
Yeah,
Yeah. We even got to the point to where she becomes the holder of our own self-esteem. You know what I'm saying? Our self-esteem a lot of times is based on what? How many women you can pull. You know what I'm saying? How many women look at you as a good man?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How many women, is based on that. So now, with her giving you the confidence, she has the power to do what? What does she have the power to do if she gives you your confidence? Anybody, Lord?
I mean, she can, like, Slocky, just make sure I'm understanding how you put that question. Can you say that again?
Okay, if she's giving you your confidence, what does that empower her to do, Lord?
To take it away.
Yes, take it away. And what are you left with after she takes that away? Lord?
I mean, I guess trying to give the general answer, but I don't say depression.
Yeah, depression is one of them. That's what. Yes, depression is one of them, and it's a real sore depression.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? One you don't bounce back from either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's done causes a Hispanic brother to kill himself. He was doing a car, what do we call a car chronicle type thing. Yeah. He was a Hispanic brother and everything, and his woman, left him. You know what I'm saying? For another dude. He found out that she was cheating on him with multiple men. You know what I'm saying? We don't make her so much of a god that we can't even see the obvious, because to everybody else, it's obvious of what she's doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like it's awfully funny because a man don't know when his woman is cheating on him, but everybody at work know.
Yeah, right.
You know how they try to say women are slicker when it comes to cheating, and they so crafty at it. Bullshit. Why so many people know this? You know what I'm saying? Everybody knows. You show up on the job and everything, all of a sudden it's like, you know how sisters do, right? You know how sisters do. You know what I'm saying? Because she knows that you there, and the dude that she's sleeping with at work, he's there too. You know what I'm saying?
No, so like, I'm laughing too because I know about that. Like my last call center job, like I knew pretty much everybody. Like I knew, all the Hebrews and the heathens at the job, right? But like people talk.
They done like made laws to protect them. But
Right.
us, oh no, they want everybody to look at us as the biggest carriers of diseases, of everything that is evil. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, still want our money and our support and our love in every damn thing. They're playing a balancing act here. You know what I'm saying? They put us in the ghettos. And the ghetto, you know what the ghetto really is? The ghetto is a battery. You know what I'm saying? What does a battery do? Anybody? Good.
Wait, say it one more time.
Well, what is a battery? What is a battery's job? Good.
Charge the machine.
Yes. That's why the ghetto is a battery. You know, but the battery benefits nothing itself, does it? And what happens to it once it's all drained out? Good. Yes. And then it gets replaced with another battery. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? That replacing of another battery or charging up the battery is the reason why we get, you know, jobs and stuff like that. The jobs that we get help recharge us so that we can be the battery to supply more. But the battery is separate from the machine, even though it's inside of it.
Right.
The machine is not part of the battery.
Right.
Your car battery is not really a part of your car.
Right.
It's there to support, to fuel your car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The same thing with the engine. The engine is not your car. The engine makes the car run. You see what I'm saying? Well, that's what we are. We are the battery and the engine of the society. So you remove the battery and the engine, and we have a car to ourselves. We build our own car. What will happen with them and theirs?
Right.
Theirs is going to be in the goddamn junkyard.
That's
You
right.
see what I'm saying? They're going to be in the junkyard. They're going to be in the junkyard with no battery, no engine. You know what I'm saying? You know, the engine is supposed to be one of the most expensive things on the car, right? You know what I'm saying? If the engine is shot, what do they say? They say shit. Either you replace the engine or you jump the whole damn car. Well, they're not going to have an engine replacement because white people are not going to make good slaves. You see what I'm saying? Think about it for a second. In Indianapolis, the minimum wage is $7.25 still. That's crazy. It's been $7.25 the whole damn time. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Serious. It's $7.25 still.
Mm.
Even Louisville done went up. You know what I'm saying? And they're $9 an hour as far as, you know, minimum wage. Indianapolis, now think about it. If there's no black people to work at the fast food restaurants and stuff like that, who's gonna have to work? Go ahead.
Kyle and Brittany.
Yes, and Cal and Brittany is not gonna settle for the goddamn $7.25. They're not gonna settle for that. So with Cal and Brittany not selling for that, what is Cal and Brittany gonna want?
Right.
What are they gonna want? Yes, they're gonna want at least $20 an hour, at least. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna want at least $20 an hour. Not only that, they're gonna want job security also. And they're also gonna want insurance, real good insurance. Go ahead.
I mean, it's like, paid vacation, maybe a company vehicle.
Yes, yes.
Daycare.
They're gonna want that. And what is this gonna do to the company? It's gonna cost the company more and more and more money. So they will not be as rich as what they were. And they're gonna keep wanting things because they're gonna want a union too. You see what I'm saying? They're gonna want a union. Go ahead.
And then that's gonna drive up the prices of
Yes.
the product.
Yes.
And then they're not gonna compete with the competition.
Right. Right. Now, so what happens to McDonald's now? Anybody? Go ahead.
McDonald's gonna have to lower their prices.
Yeah. Taking a bigger financial hit, and eventually what's gonna happen is McDonald's is gonna be driven out of business.
Mm-hmm.
This corporate giant eventually in a few years will go and be as though it never did exist. You're gonna see arches and shit laying in the goddamn street from them, where arches in the junkyard and the scrapyard. You ain't never seen that before, have you? When was the last time you seen a McDonald's arch in the scrapyard? You know what I'm saying? Or when they're into the landfill. You know what I'm saying? The landfill, you know, is gonna be filled with the Wendy's sign. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be filled with damn Sonic's signs.
Right.
It's gonna be filled because there ain't no need for them no more because there ain't no goddamn restaurant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, now unless you want to move it to your house and use the McDonald's arch somehow as a light. You know what I'm saying? Because the land is gonna be full of darkness. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So what does this do to their economy? They go back. They'll start living like Croatia and Bosnia and all of that. The only thing, they won't have a downtown like what they do. You know what I'm saying? And their downtowns will be destroyed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Chinese community, all of these communities, it's going to affect the whole world. You know what I'm saying? Remember when they talk about, the fish sticking to the scales of ancient Egypt, the powerful river. You know what I'm saying? The fish, I'm paraphrasing, the fish sticking to, you know what I'm saying, the scales, because the ancient Egypt being a big fish, and all the other little smaller fishes sticking to the scales.
That's the Old Testament, right?
Right.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody will be like, America, what's happening? What's going on? I'm trying to sell my goods. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? I'm trying to come over here and get rich. What's going on? So that's going to lead to everybody believing. Now, what will we be in during this time?
Mm-hmm.
Because the world can't be up. You know what I'm saying? And we be up too. That's not how shit works. You know what I'm saying? Either we're going to be at the top or we're going to be on the bottom.
Right.
It ain't no middle ground.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no middle ground in that thing.
Right.
Either we're going to be at the top or we're going to be at the bottom. Either we're
Right.
going to be under the blessing or we're going to be up under the curse. You know what I'm saying? That's that. You know? All right, let's go to, okay, is that it on Exodus 17 and 20?
It's actually select. I don't think we even really.
Oh, okay, yeah. We didn't even go to Luke 17 and 20, did we?
We jumped into. So I'm at Luke 17.
Yeah.
It's like we didn't even break into that. Luke chapter 17, verse 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees, when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of God cometh not with observation.
Right.
That's right.
For the kingdom of God is within you in this next part. That's the part I really want to focus on.
Count, verse 21. Neither shall they say, lo, here, or lo, there. For behold, the kingdom of God is within you.
What does this mean? The kingdom of God is now. We're not seeing the manifestation, but it's now because it's within us. It's inside the ISCPK.
Right.
Because this is your training ground.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Christ said when he said the kingdom of God is within you. We're pretty much saying start now. You know what I'm saying? Start now. See it now. You know how the saying goes, if you can see it, you can be it. Anybody familiar with that saying?
Say that one more
If you
time.
can see it, you can be it.
Yeah.
That's what Christ is really telling you, to see it and then be it. What are the Christians telling you though? They tell you to wait, it's going to be magic. It's just going to appear. It's not happening. Anything happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the Christians understand this concept because a lot of them went to school, a lot of them went to college, and a lot of them got degrees and all of that. You know, that degree didn't appear by magic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't decide you're gonna be dumb all your goddamn life, and then all of a sudden, bam,
Right.
you graduate college, and all of a sudden you got a corporate job. That's not how things work. You know what I'm saying? Life does not work that way. You know what I'm saying? Nothing works that way. Nothing. All right. Any more?
That was in the 21.
Okay. Now let's go to Exodus 9. It's 9:1. Okay.
Wait, so that was it's like if I may, that was Luke 17 and 20, right?
Right.
20 and 21.
Oh yeah.
71?
20 and 21.
20. All right.
9 and 1.
Yeah. Luke 9:1.
It's like Exodus 9.
Yeah.
Exodus chapter 9, verse 1. Then the Most High said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh and tell him, Thus saith the Most High Power of the Hebrews, Let my people go, that they may serve me.
Why? Because the Most High started to put the terror down on Egypt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This right here solidifies the segregation. You know what I'm saying? This right here, starts solidifying. They're not going to let you go unless they're afraid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to allow you to get rich and powerful unless they're afraid. You know, everybody thinking, oh, the grafted in, those so-called grafted in devils is not going to want you to prosper. They ain't be sitting in the Christian church just be dumb your whole damn life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want you over them.
Right.
I don't care how cool you think they are. I don't care how much friends you think, you know what I'm saying? You think they can wrap their mind around the idea of the kingdom of God being for you? Hell no. They were never taught that. And if they were, they would kick and rebel against it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's go ahead and get that scripture.
Verse 2. For if thou refuse to let them go, and wilt hold them still, behold, the hand of the Most High is upon thy cattle, with field, upon
What is the Most High doing? He's hurting them. Go ahead.
the horses, upon the asses, upon the camel, upon the oxen, and upon the sheep. There shall be very grievous murrain.
Right. So now see how the Most High have to break their economy. That's their economy, ain't it?
Right.
Ain't that their economy?
Yeah.
So to me, rioting is not that bad. Those brothers is lost in the world and stuff like that, no doubt. But here's the thing. The Most High uses the wicked to punish, you know what I'm saying, evildoers.
Yeah.
Don't the Most High send one country against another?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Both of them evil, ain't they? You know what I'm saying? The Most High, you see what I'm saying? The
Right.
Most High is going to set, Iran, who is wicked, against America. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, and he's saying, don't he send America against another wicked nation?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? World War II, think about it. World War II and all that. And then he sent the wicked Palestinians against the Jewish man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he said, and this stuff goes on all over the earth, right? So with wicked brothers and sisters that don't come into the truth, you know what I'm saying? And they riot and all of that, Black Lives Matter, rioting and all of that. The Most High might have moved them to do that, to hurt the economy, to start to hurt Babylon. You know what I'm saying? Because this stuff is going to get worse, like labor pains. Like I said, it's also the forerunner of everybody returning to their own people, because you ain't got no goddamn place to buy wacky weed. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got it. Now you're growing your own natural hair. Now you get to the point where you don't even like the weed no more. So if you don't like it, go ahead.
You said wacky weed?
Right. You ain't got a place to buy that. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now you're just growing your own glorious hair who looks like Christ's hair and looks like the Most High's hair. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now they get shut the hell down. Now the Korean Moabites ain't got no damn choice but to go back, because their economy is crashed. You see what I'm saying? And this is going to affect their country, because a lot of that weed money goes there. That's how these countries become superpowers.
Right.
So if you cut that off, you know what I'm saying? Where would they go? They would go down, because think about it. 80 years ago was Korea where it's at now. They'll go back to where they were 80 years ago. How about Vietnam? You know what I'm saying? Vietnam Vietnam was poor as hell 40 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Now it's become rich after that hour with the beast. The hour that with the beast is at our expense. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's at our expense. That the hour of the beast is, we are the back of their hour with the beast.
Time.
all the world's riches come from us. Do a study on it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Do some deep research on it. Everything is linked to us. Everything. That's why
right.
the scripture in Romans, from the fall of them is the riches of the world.
So,
You know what I'm saying? Now, when we in our right position, everything goes the direct opposite. We become rich and everybody else become poor. You see what I'm saying?
mhm.
And then they will have to serve us in order for them to start to be rich. But we will still be far richer than they. Always. Always. Just like we try right now to get above the white man and everything, being covetous of everything that he got, but we can never reach that plateau, right? Well, it's going to be the same thing because he prospers in wickedness.
Mhm.
That's his blessing is evil. You know what I'm saying? We try to be evil like him and try to be an evil genius like he do. We ride high for a little second, but then we collapse. You know what I'm saying? We try to ride high and we can never get close to the level in wickedness. Well, they're never going to get close to our level in righteousness.
Right.
Even when they start to practice righteousness, they will still never get above us.
You make good criminals. Gangbangers
He ain't
and
lying.
robbers and thieves and things of that nature. But we're not good, mass murderers, school shooters.
Right.
We can do drive-by and shit like that and shoot up a funeral.
Right.
That's something that we get into, but to compare us to them, like they sick.
Yeah.
They are sick. Like we do some dumb shit. It's like we do
Right.
some dumb things. And wicked and evil and contrary to the law.
Right.
But I don't know if y'all saw Let a Hebrew Speak. General Hazayan recently. I think it was just this past during this week. He had brought out some crazy stories about bestiality. We're not that.
Right. Yeah. We wouldn't profit from it if we were
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? It's messed up, but we don't be running around sleeping with animals and all that. We're not the people that do that. You know what I'm saying? We're not the race of people.
And I was gonna say, just to add into that, like the serial killers.
Right.
And the
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah. We
things
don't
that
do
they
that.
do.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right. We don't make. You know what I'm saying? We can make good criminals, but we don't prosper behind it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't prosper and we suffer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When that thing comes to a crash, they criminals can go to the White House.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm
Crazy.
saying?
Yeah.
Joe Kennedy was a
Yeah.
criminal.
Kind of.
You know what I'm saying? Joe Kennedy was a damn criminal. And all of these silly people are trying to say that the Irish are Israelites. Irish ain't no goddamn Israelites.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what they try to say. You know what I'm saying? Really, they try to say that because they were out. You have Benjamites in Ireland. You know what I'm saying? And they try to, blend them together, and all of that stuff. You had Benjamites in Ireland that were taken from Ireland and brought to the Caribbean as slaves. Because not all of us certainly didn't come from Africa. You know what I'm saying? We were brought from Europe too. Wherever they needed slaves at, we were moved around like damn, you know what I'm saying? We were moved around like a product.
God, no, I was gonna say. I mean, every president, in my defense, is a criminal.
Yes.
Or has partaken in something like that.
Right.
You
The
see what I'm
foreparents is criminals, they are criminals. They make a whole lot of money off the dope game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And sex trafficking as well.
Yes. Sex trafficking, modern day slavery,
Yeah.
slave trade, to be honest with you, never ended. It's still going on now.
Right.
They still nabbing us up, but then all the kids and stuff come on missing. What do we think they're doing with them?
Right.
They're making slaves out of them.
Right.
Whenever there's a major catastrophe going on, a major destruction, they want slaves. That's the reason why when the earthquake hit in Haiti, you had white couples that were going and nabbing up little Haitian babies, little Haitian kids.
So like now, like back in the day, the whole thing about Illuminati and Red Cross, them
Right.
going over there to help out. They was killing some of them.
And they were raping them too.
And they was raping them as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's messed up. I seen
Yeah.
something messed up. I think it was on Facebook or YouTube or something where them what would you call them, the peace workers or something like that? Some type of peace workers, global peace workers or something like that. I forgot what the name of it is.
Okay.
But they were in this room in Haiti, and it was a mattress in this room, and they had a Haitian, I think he was like a teenager or something like that. Yeah, some Haitian teenage boy, he was like maybe 17, 18 or something like that. They had him pinned down on that mattress and pulled his pants down so one of the workers could hit him.
That's just crazy.
Right.
That's vile, man.
Good.
You know, I haven't studied each and every case, but from a lot of it, like the way it seems, you know, if we indulged in that, like you can show some severe mental issues with that individual. For them, that's a Wednesday.
Right. Yeah. That's nothing for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's nothing. You know.
They even play golf afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
The real treat for them would be to do that to a 5 or 6 year old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They probably hated that he was 17, 18 or something like that. They wanted something, you know what I'm saying, good.
I want to say it's very purple behavior too.
Purple.
Yeah, because I mean, they actually go to Ghana and stuff like that, and they try to recruit. But like, who the hell is in Ghana except for the Africans?
Right.
But the poor Africans. See what I'm saying? Why else are you over there?
Yeah, and if they were Israelites, you know, their leader would hate them too. Like he do the Israelites here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They hate each other inside their own organization.
Right.
They don't have no brotherhood inside that. That's why they
ain't no love there.
Right. They get into it with each other over business. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, all the Israelite, you know, groups want to be business minded and stuff like that. But they talk about the law, statutes, and commandments, and they're not keeping them with each other in business or none of that. And that's why they all turned against each other and have these breakoffs and all of that. It's certainly a schism in that body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of their high-ranking dudes done left. That's bad. You know what I'm saying? You don't see no high-ranking brothers leave in the ISUPK. You don't see that.
Like Jeremy Hyman said, he's never seen, you know, a 5,000 never leave, a 5,000 up never leave the school.
Right.
You know what I mean?
5,000 is fixed.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? He's fixed. He gonna die doing this.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? If 5,000 and above, you know what I'm saying? He gonna die doing this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? He's solidly fixed. He can't do nothing else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He can't do anything else. He's fixed. And that's what the kingdom of God is gonna be like. Most of you, so much practicing and stuff like that to where you're fixed. You can't leave. You know what I'm saying? Just like a person can sin so bad and keep sinning till they can't do nothing right, till they can't do righteousness. Go ahead.
Now, if I may, a lot of these 500s making it look good too.
Yeah, true that.
Mm-hmm.
True that. You know what I'm saying? You got, staying in the troop is not just exclusive to a 5,000 and above. You got troopers that know that they're never leaving.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got 500s and 50s and stuff that know they're never leaving. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some of them made their mind up as a young man that they're, you know what I'm saying, I can't do anything else. You know what I'm saying? This is it right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was my mindset when I was a young man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My mindset was this is it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is it right here. You know?
And you know it's funny though too, I tell people that all the time, like you know, a lot of people face their own demons and shit like that. But I never understand a person be like, man, I'm finna leave the school. You see what I'm saying? I never really get that because it's like, where else are you gonna go? I mean, me personally, everybody in UPK, like, we all know where we live at. Like I hang out with them more than any family members.
Right.
I barely see my family in the world. But my family, in truth, it's like if I left, I'm gonna run into their ass. You know what I mean? It's gonna be weird, it's gonna be awkward, it's gonna be like, damn, like you down bad, Maccabi, for real? Like what are you doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but I mean, this place is home. It's always been home.
Right. Mark left the truth. In the Gospels of Mark, Mark left the truth. You know, that's why it was a big, you know, dispute with the Apostle Paul. It wasn't a big dispute, you know what I'm saying? But between Apostle Paul and Barnabas.
Oh,
You know what I'm
con.
saying?
Con.
To
Yeah, I
get
forgot
Mark
about that.
back.
Yeah.
Because the Apostle Paul was like, no, I can't trust him in the work. But then Barnabas was like, well, I'll take him on. You know what I'm saying? They disagreed, but it wasn't a disagreement. You know what I'm saying? One believed that, now because he left us and everything. And the other one, you know what I'm saying? Barnabas was like, no, I'm going to, go ahead and take him up. And Mark got back in the truth and never left out.
Con. It
You know
reminds
what
me
I'm
of
saying?
Peter.
Huh?
That
Peter
reminds me of
also. Peter
yeah.
left the truth. You can't do, you know what I'm saying? Some people are just so fixed. You can't do anything
Right.
else. You can't leave this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't leave it. This is your life.
Con.
This is your life. This is how the chapters of your life, you know what I'm saying, is going to open and close.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With this.
Con.
Go ahead.
It's like too, like you got to understand, like for some people, like the UPK is every day. You see what I'm saying? Like
Right.
some people are so consumed with the truth. It's like it's weird if you just leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
That
then
now,
you
and that's why we stay busy, and that's the purpose of it. Because like if you're busy, you ain't got time for your demons.
Right.
So they are gonna have to get a rain check on you. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when you by yourself and you really down bad.
Right.
But like for some people, you are really consumed in the truth. This is your everyday life, everything. Like the next day, you're thinking about, okay, I got this to do, I got that to do. There ain't no time to think about that.
Right.
But I mean, if you're someone that's not really consuming to the school, really working and having orders and things of that sort, I mean, I can understand why a person might leave the school because they demons is attacking them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, and that's why brotherhood is a weapon.
Right. And then they come to their senses.
Right.
They come to their senses.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Brotherhood.
Kind
You know what I'm saying? They come to their.
So like, I precept for you. This is one of my top favorite precepts. Let me see. I always teach this. Like I will be teaching this again because some other precepts to match this. For like the topic of brotherhood. All right, so Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. 2 are better than 1 because they have a good reward for their labor.
Right.
Verse 10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
Right.
But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up.
Right.
Verse 11. Again, if 2 lie together, they have heat, but how can one be warm alone?
Right.
Verse 12, and if 1 prevail against him, 2 shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken.
Right. The threefold cord. We have to think, who was this threefold cord in the school that held us together, going all the way back to the split? Go ahead.
The 7 heads. What is he talking about?
No, the threefold cord because after the
Oh, you're talking
seven
about after the
heads,
split. Okay.
yeah, after the split. Who was the threefold cord that held this whole thing together?
It was Commander Junior Hunter, right?
Commander Junior Hunter.
Jeremiah Hyman and General Maya.
Right.
Yeah,
That was a threefold cord that never got broken. And that's the reason why the school is built today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They picked up the fumble, and carried the ball. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
All right. Let's go to Isaiah 60:1. Now we're gonna start to see the kingdom here. Let's start to see it. Let's start to see the hood rich to the kingdom rich. You know what I'm saying? Hood rich is not a bad thing if it's done right. If it's done, according to the law, statutes, and commandments. But like I said, if it's done on something evil, and wicked, it's horrible and it's gonna get destroyed.
Someone's in there. So like,
It's like it's your 60,
60.
Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come.
For thy light is come. We separate, we ain't gonna have no choice but to shine.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And we and all the other nations, it'll be like a light and how the gnats and all of that, all the bugs go around the light because they're attracted to it.
Right.
That's how the heathens will be.
Con.
It won't be no light outside of us. It won't be the light of America. America is the wicked and perverted version of that. That's why Lucifer is called the light bearer. You know what I'm saying? Which attracts all the gnats.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But we're going to be the light at this time.
And the glory of Yahweh is risen upon thee.
Right. Risen upon us, right? Now we see in the kingdom now. Boy.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
Because everybody else is still going to be in darkness.
Right.
All of, the Chinese are still going to be trying to eat bats. They still going to worship the false gods and all of that, right? Because there are a lot of people think, oh, the kingdom of God is just going to be when God snaps his fingers and everybody's going to be righteous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What was it, the Tiny Tim? Or remember that, what was it, like the Christmas story or something like that?
Yeah.
Everybody thinking it's going to be something like that. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not going to be like that because the heathen is still going to want to worship their own gods.
Right.
They're still going to want to do that. That's why the darkness is going to be around everywhere and they're going to get punished in their gods and in the wicked stuff that they're doing. So who they going to have to look to get the stuff off of them? Who they going to have to look to? Read that part again.
For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people.
Right. Now think about it. The people always have to do with people that have their own governmental system and everything. Like we didn't become a people until the law was given to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We were a nation, but we were not a people yet until the law was given to us.
Right.
Now they will be a people because they will still have their laws, but their laws is gonna be flawed.
Okay.
And ours will not. So they're still going to be in darkness. Go ahead.
But the Most High shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee.
They ain't going to have no choice but to want to find out what it is that we're doing. And it ain't going to be like Black Wall Street where we're going to have a separatist mindset.
That's right.
We didn't have a separatist mindset during the time of Black Wall Street. Some, but others did not. You know what I'm saying? And those others that didn't get destroyed, and they opened the gates for the devil to come in and destroy everything. People think, that the devil just came in and just rushed everything. No, we let him in. Go ahead.
I'm glad you said that because that's something that Captain Katazai had said. Like he was like, in a sense, like that was a curse, and Most High wasn't with it. That's why it was allowed.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it had to. You got to get in the mindset. Like it makes you get in the mindset. Like, well, why did the Most High do that? Like, what could have happened to where that would have happened? You got to look at the people.
Right.
Which is us.
Yes.
So
everybody that talks about Black Wall Street. Two things they never talk about. How it was built and how it was destroyed.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? They don't mention that it was destroyed with this and that, and Tulsa, Oklahoma, but they won't, admit why.
Right.
The practices that we were doing that led to the destruction. Right. Nobody will mention that. You know what I'm saying? The kingdom don't fall without something bad going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We talk about ancient Egypt, we don't even think about how they feel. I was talking to an Egyptologist dude one time, and I'm like, if Egypt was so great, why did it fall?
Right.
They can't never tell you that. They can tell you how much the earth weighed. You know what I'm saying? But they can't tell you why the kingdom that they worship so much failed. They can't do that. So I did him a favor. And I took him to Exodus 29.
So like I was gonna say, yesterday actually marks the actual. Marks 100 years that it was destroyed because think about June 1st, 1921 when it was destroyed.
Right.
And then of course it went on for a couple more days, but that's the day that it actually got destroyed.
Right.
That's crazy. And that sister who's 107 years old, she's still alive to tell the story.
She remembers Black Wall Street.
Yeah, kind of. And she was only 7 years old.
Yeah.
And then it was threatened, like Commander Gianna had brought it out, or so like General Hyman did last Monday on Black Watch, that the people that were survivors had to not say anything about it. If they did, it would mysteriously get be dead. And how is it mysterious? Mysterious because Esau. You know what I mean?
Think, in the 80s and 90s, who the hell even knew Black Wall Street even existed? They wiped that
That's
out
very
of history.
true.
Ain't that something?
That's very true.
I
And,
didn't-
you know what's like if I could, what you just said was very similar to what Commander Juliana said, because he said, "Look, I've been teaching this ever since I've been in the UPK, and I'm now just hearing about this sister being a survivor." He was like, "Good night." Like he was like, "What more information is not out there that's supposed to be public?"
Right.
And that's very true. That's a very true
Right.
statement.
And think about it. So if we don't even remember what the hell happened 100 years ago,
How can a 7-year-old remember that?
right?
At
Now
that time.
think about ancient Egypt, because they did the same thing to us. They wiped us out of history.
Come.
They wiped the whole records out because the Pharaoh has power to strike you totally out of history.
Right.
That's the reason why the Egyptologists say Moses never existed. That's why they say that, And when we talk about who were the slaves in ancient Egypt, you know what I'm saying? Egypt wasn't built on slaves.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
In order to build a kingdom so great and so powerful, you have to have slaves.
Mm-hmm.
You can't pay everybody their just damn due because you're going to create a whole lot of mini kingdoms.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Inside your own. And you won't be the top dog. Somebody else will with a wise idea will. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else with a wise idea in the military will overthrow you, then they'll be the leaders. You see what I'm saying? Kingdom like that without having people that you don't have to pay.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the heathens are going to build up the kingdom for us because we built their kingdom now. They're going to build our kingdom for us, and we're going to get even our poor people. It'd be like with King Solomon. Even the poor people, in the time of King Solomon, had a vineyard. Today, rich people have a vineyard, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Rich people, you see a person, my family owns a vineyard. Like, yeah, you already know he got money. You know what I'm saying? You already know. So, with our poor having a vineyard, he could be off in another country or somewhere. He'd be like, in Israel, I got a vineyard. And then that poor heathen gonna look at him like, damn, you rich. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, he's the poor of our people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine what the rich will be like.
Come.
Good night. Imagine the palaces. Matter of fact, let's go to Isaiah 54 and 1.
Well, I know exactly what you're going. Isaiah's a badass book.
Right.
Isaiah chapter 54, verse 1. Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear. Break forth into singing, and cry aloud that thou didst not travel with child. For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, said the Most High.
I'm going to skip down to what it talks about the gate to be a carbuncle. Mr. and Mrs. 6 o'clock is the devil at the Bible school.
That's right. Isaiah chapter 54, verse 12. And I will make thy windows of agates.
Windows. Yeah.
It's like the windows of agates.
What is an agate? Anybody know? Go ahead.
It's what they it's a precious stone.
Right. Hell, Esau, as rich as he is, don't even have windows of agates, does he?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? He don't even have that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna have windows of a gate, a precious stone that's very, very, very expensive. And that's gonna be our windows. Like we look at glass today, we're gonna be looking out of a gates. Go ahead, keep going.
And thy gates of carbuncles.
And our gate of carbuncle means the gates is gonna be made out of, you know how you go to New York and you look at them dope gates that they got, the gold and the silver and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
These gates are gonna be made out of this type of precious stone right here. You'll see it and people see it and not even believe it. Like, look what he got. He got a gate made out of crystal, expensive crystal stone. That's some super rich stuff right there. Go ahead.
and all thy borders of pleasant stones.
Of pleasant stones. You're gonna have expert stone cutters that's gonna be cutting these stones perfectly, you know what I'm saying? For certain, because hell, we always been good stone cutters too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We cut them damn stones for ancient Egypt, did we? To the pyramids.
Right.
We cut those. So when we was in the wilderness and the Most High had us to make the garments for the garments for the priests, who cut the stones? Anybody know? Who cut the stones? We did,
Yeah, I was just
right?
like,
We cut those stones today where we was taken from as slaves in Africa. You know, they found coins that we own, and the coins were cut so perfect. They were so perfect. They looked at them, put them on their little machine or whatever. They was cut so perfect that a machine can't even do what they do. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't have no type of, vast, tight, dope machines and all of that. We didn't have that. We were cutting them so perfect because you know how they try to say, well, niggas don't ever measure nothing. Man, look, when the blessing of the Lord is on us real strong, we won't even need the measurement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To do certain things. You know what I'm saying? We won't even need the damn measurement. Niggas could be doing this stuff just out of a natural gift. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody got to give no instructional videos for our women to braid hair. You know what I'm saying? And even if you do watch it, she does watch an instructional video, she'll take off and do way better than the people in the video. You know what I'm saying? We was writing slave maps to escape in niggas' heads.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Through braids. Seriously, did anybody know about that? We was doing slave maps and maps to escape in the braids. That's some ingenious stuff right there. And the niggas going to these Africans to get braids, they're gonna pick your damn hair out. They're gonna braid them so damn tight that your hair is gonna come out. You know what I'm saying? Go to a sister to get your stuff braided.
Right.
Don't go to no damn African. Go to a sister. Sisters braid your hair gonna grow. It's been dudes whose hair and women whose hair won't grow, like my cousin, for instance. My cousin, when we was young, he had the little pop rocks, in his head. We used to make fun of him about it, but now he's been getting braided from a sister. You get braided from a sister, he got the best hair out of all of us now. His hair has no problem growing. He has all type of different styles and everything. We're like, damn, you know what I'm saying? His hair is better than all of us, all of us now. You know what I'm saying? He can get the dopest braids all because he started getting his head taken care of by a sister. You know what I'm saying? You see all these glorious braids and stuff that Bob, you know what I'm saying? And the Mock and them got, you know what I'm saying? There's a blessing in that. You know what I'm saying? There's a blessing in that. Our women are good with their hands, you know what I'm saying? That's why the heathen use our women like that. You know what I'm saying? She's his maid, his cook. You get a little Hispanic woman inside your house to clean the damn thing, that house gonna be clean as hell. You know what I'm saying? That house will pass a white glove inspection. Right. That they have in the military, you know what I'm saying? In the military, they have a white glove inspection, and the inspectors come through and they rub on stuff to see how clean it is. And if they get dust, you get penalized for that. You know what I'm saying? Her house will be clean, white glove clean. You know what I'm saying? And this is just what she do every day, without even putting a whole lot of intense thought into it. This just comes natural. You know what I'm saying? All right. Any more on that scripture?
So that's the end of 12.
Okay, let's see what 13 says. Okay, then we're gonna close it out.
Kind of verse slightly. Isaiah chapter 54, verse 13. And all thy children shall be taught of the Most High.
All the children is gonna know of the Most High. See how you position yourself for the blessing, how you position for the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be taught of the Most High, not of Christianity and all of that garbage that we up under right now. this is how they get positioned for a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Because without this, they can lose it. The kingdom is not going to be a place where it's going to be totally impossible for you to lose things. You know what I'm saying? Until the Most High totally fixes your mind and turns the corruptible flesh into incorruptible flesh, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have struggles. You know what I'm saying? Good and evil is still going to be there. You know what I'm saying? You still have a choice for good or evil.
Right.
But see, once you become immortal, you won't have that choice no more. You know what I'm saying? Once you go from corruptible flesh to incorruptible flesh, you're not going to have a choice to do evil more. You're not even it's going to be so far gone from your mind. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be totally a thing of the flesh. You know it now. You'll be like the angels. Angels can't do nothing wrong. They can't do evil. You know what I'm saying? They can't have a bad. They can't. You'll be fixed just like this. But it takes the practice. You got to train for everything you want. You know what I'm saying? Good rich, the kingdom rich. With that being said, we have the ISUPK coming out 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, at the Commanding General Honor. Pay your tithes. Support this crew. Get ready for the Midwest barbecue. That is the Midwest Fire Weekend. That is
July 22nd to the 24th.
July 22nd through 24th. Get ready for that. Put forth your funds for that. Help to support the experience that you want.
Right.
You know, help to support that. All right. That being said, about to pass the class over to Priest and Officer Armando Bar.
You don't want to keep it simple? No. ISUPK security announcements. Should be standing above it. Slack, it's just, could you adjust the camera real quick? Bring it up. A little more. ISUPK security announcements. Well, the ISUPK started out of 1 West on the 25th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shut themselves in the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew. My 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department and teach. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like. So now you can still always go to isupk.com, the donate now button. You can pay tithes and make donations in that fashion. You know, there's identify what it's for, whether it's tithes, priest funds for one of the events, high holy days, this, that, and the third. If you have the Zelle app, the first name is Israelite School, last name is UPK. The email is isupk@tides.com. And I believe for the most part in every school region, they still have the Cash App. So, just contact the school near you, figure out what the Cash App is. If you're in the Twin Cities or Minnesota area, $ UPK Minnesota. Upcoming holy convocations. We got the Feast of First Fruits, June 21st at sundown, of course. Again, get in contact with your school near you and see what their plans are, any travel arrangements, any funds or services that might be needed. See what you can put in for. And then, like Adawan said, we got the Midwest Fire Weekend in Chicago, July 22nd to the 24th. Every brother, every officer, and every trooper, get your money together, kick in that $300. Let's get this in early so that they can prepare early and ahead of time. So we ain't got no problems when it's about to drop. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That means your boots, your shirt, your pant, your headband, and or scarf. And with that, upon your heart dawn, which means rise and face the east, you're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. You can find it in Matthew chapter 6, verses 8 through 13. Abinawa, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalak, Kabawat now, Katsalak now, Kabawat now, Wala, Tabai, Salak, Tabiya now, Manasawam, Abal, Abashai now, Ayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wahala, Wata Parat, La Ulami, Aman.
Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh. Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth. As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us of our
And
debts.
forgive us of our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
Lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever.
So be. So be it. Pray to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Barak Lanawa. Waya Shalom. Wahabaya. Sapari. Barak. Rapa'ah. Magan. Hagan. At this time, you can say the name of a loved one once. Everyone repeats that name once. If you're following us on social media, you can type in the name of a loved one and we'll send the prayers up with you.
ISBK Minnesota.
ISBK Minnesota.
ISBK Kentucky.
ISBK Kentucky.
ISBK Indiana.
ISBK Indiana.
ISBK Ohio.
ISBK Ohio.
All of ISBK.
All of ISBK. That's right. Armor Johnson. Jamie Johnson.
JV Johnson.
JV.
JV Johnson.
Rachel Williams. Joe Williams. ISBK Minnesota. ISBK Kentucky. All of Israel. All the destroyed of Israel. Israelite School UPK.
Israelite School UPK.
Benjamin. Jamie. Whitney. Anna Lee. The McIntosh family. Raphael. Kayali. Azar. Young man B. Young man Young man Dwayne. All of Israel. Paul. Maccabi. The Lawrence family. All of Israel. Check this out real quick. Bashim Yahushai. Dawad Aman.
English. Bless Israel in the English. Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Lord, in the name of Yahushua.
Bless us and Israel.
Bless us and Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless. Heal.
Shield.
Protect. Our loved ones. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you. So be it. UPK power structure. Blessed be Yahweh,
Blessed be Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
The name Yahweh
in the
Shai.
name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now,
Listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Saying evils and curses,
And evils and curses,
punishment, destruction.
punishment and
To the
destruction
heathen,
to the heathen.
speak against us,
Speak against us,
thy prophets,
thy prophets,
teachers,
the teachers,
princes,
the princes,
priests,
the priests,
Israelite brothers,
Israelite brothers,
and the school.
and the school.
Saying evils and curses,
And evils and curses,
punishment, and destruction.
punishment and
To the
destruction
heathen,
to the heathen,
and shake loose
and shake
the
loose
treasure
the treasure
of the rich of
of the
Israel
rich of
that
Israel
refuse to give to the school.
that refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches
Force their riches,
into thy sanctuary.
enter thy sanctuary.
Saying evils and curses,
And evils and curses,
punishment, and destruction.
punishment and
To
destruction
the Edomites,
to the
and
Edomites
the nation,
and the nation
and the drug dealers,
and their drug dealers,
court system,
court system,
prison system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues, and
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Roman Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
Pope,
Pope,
Islam,
Islam,
Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
skinheads,
Posse Comitatus,
Popsicle Matazi,
gay movement,
the gay movement,
lesbian movement,
the lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space program,
that's a space program,
Army,
Army,
Navy,
Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
open up the internet
and the airways,
and the airwaves,
cable access channel,
cable access channels,
and the radio channel.
and the radio channels.
Convict the spirit
Convict the
of
spirit
any of thy
of
people
any of thy
who
people
seek to stop
and seek
us
to stop
and
us
bring swift
and bring
destruction
swift
to
destruction
all the heathen.
to all the heathen
Stand in the
and
way,
stand in the way
or try to stop
or
us
try to stop
from
us
broadcasting your
from
word
broadcasting your words
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the
Let
places.
loose all the plagues,
Cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and consume
and
them.
consume them.
Let the plague shake
Let the plague shake
the house of the thief
the house of the thief
and the murder.
and the
Let
murder.
Yahushua,
Like Yahweh shot
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and
come
Gabriel
down to flying saucers
come down with the flying
and
saucers,
punish all the heathen
punish all the heathen
that come up against
that
us
come up against us
as we speak thy
as
word.
we speak thy
Cause
words,
to be known
cause it to be
by
known
all
by all
that is the angels that have done.
that it's the angels that have done it,
Cause it to be spread
cause it to be
through the
spread
media
through the
throughout the
media
whole world.
throughout the whole
Cause them
world,
to shake it thy come.
cause them to shake it that
In
come.
the name of
In the
Yahushua,
name of Yahweh shot.
you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
Sar means turn. Amar Shabbat, Lamajah, Barak,
Yahweh
Yazbatah, there's a salute to the sisters. Men of Israel. Amar Shabbat, Amajah, Barak,
Yahweh Shema Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Yazbatah, class